We've got an interesting video for you today where we compare Steve Jobs and Jensen Huang. Now, Steve Jobs was a charismatic CEO of Apple who sadly passed away, and Jensen Huang is the current CEO of NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is a great company that's been doing wonderful things in the GPU space, the processors that power artificial intelligence. So before we jump in, let's just talk about what vector databases are. They allow you to store and retrieve information sort of semantically similar, i.e. they mean similar things. Now this wasn't possible up until a while ago, okay, but now it is, and this really is a breakthrough. This is really exciting. I think this is the biggest power that these LLMs have. And then what we do is we pull out that information, pass it to ChatGPT, what then gives us a fully formed answer. Now let's just jump in and see what it thinks about the leadership qualities of Steve Jobs.
For the vector search, we can put in Steve Jobs and Jensen Huang. That's all we need. Put in the distance. This is for the vector database search. Company, NVIDIA and Apple. And we can select other ones, but we're just focusing on those two. So that's all we need. So the number of items, so we'll stick it at 50, so we get a good number of responses. What data do we want? So we'll just choose earning call. We could get external information if we wanted, and also financial reports. So there you go. The system has now filtered and retrieved this information. It's got 50 items. So as you can see, there's comments from Steve Jobs where he says, grab a tiger by the tail. And then you have Jensen Huang talking about competition. So that's a really good set of data that we can use that will then feed into ChatGPT to give us the final answer. So we'll go and do that. Here's a system message to ChatGPT, and then this is the prompt. Okay, so we've already applied this, and I want to combine the information from Steve Jobs and Jensen Huang and find similar meaning. So I found this is a really good prompt. So interestingly, they talk about the integrated products and the value of a strong software ecosystem. Now this is really similar because they both said that it's important to do hardware and software and integrate them well. So NVIDIA are now adopting that approach, and they're talking about the full stack, which just illustrates that. So they're also discussing the competition, which is a brilliant indicator of great CEOs that are looking, at the whole competitive landscape. Jensen Huang's also talking about the future of things called AI factories. He reckons that every company should have one, and that everybody's transitioning towards accelerated computing. And he also talks about partnerships. So it's really good output there.
The thing that I think LLMs are brilliant for is linking information, linking different types of information. I think this is the real genius part of it. It's not just predicting the next word, it's being able to say that this over here can be linked to this, can be linked to that, can be linked to that, and then you can bring it all together and get a good conclusion about what this information means. Now that's actually turning into like a high functioning human. But I'll tell you, by using this, you can't be bothered using it because it surprises you, and it's a joyful thing to be able to find out these answers quite quickly, and knowing that you're actually not using second-hand information. You can scrape websites, you can scrape earning calls, you can input them, and then what you can do is get the answer presented back to you. You can use it as a working style document. It's like a personal assistant. The thing you have to remember at ChatGPT is the information is old in there. As soon as it comes out and is trained, then the information is of that date. With a model that you build with vector databases, is you can have information as up to date as you want. There's a few tricks that are very useful in order to use vector databases in conjunction with ChatGPT. But with a bit of thought, you can learn these tricks, and these tricks allow you to get superior answers. Now I've also got a next video that goes into that in far more detail. It's another demo. It actually shows you how to calculate the intrinsic value of a company, which can be a bit tricky sometimes. But this shows you, what the vector database can do for you, as well as what ChatGPT can do or can't do for you, because ChatGPT, as it happens, isn't very good at adding up numbers at the end of the day. It's better at language. So, but we'll discuss about the pros and cons of that. But there's ways around it, and this is in another video that I'll be putting out shortly.